signed the All-Pro corner Jalen Johnson when he got Kevin Byard from the Tennessee Titans, who's been a steady, pretty good safety himself. And they returned the best run defense in the NFL going back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think their defense is going to be a lot better. And I
Yeah.
think that's going to help out a lot. They're in a division where it's going to be a good division. It's, you still got the Lions. They still have what they have. The Packers, who have hit on three quarterbacks in a row, which is unheard of. But I think that these new weapons,
Yeah.
this defense that they have, I think the Bears
They
could
linebackers was crazy last year. I was really a huge fan of their linebackers last year. Like,
make, according to PFF, second best linebacking core in the entire NFL behind the 49ers.
yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited to
Yes,
see the
sir. Yes, sir. Even last year, I thought they were the best last year to me in my eyes. Just from the standpoint of how they played and everything. The stats alone, but how they played, I paid close attention to that last year. Had y'all been following me last year when I was doing my lives and stuff, I talked about the Bears linebackers a lot. I used to do like a little segment called like the Dark Riders, like instead of your dark horses, Dark Riders. And they were my dark riders for a couple of weeks, man. Those linebackers for the Bears. So yeah, I like that one. I like that one. But to me, I think, and I'm gonna roll with Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders. I'm excited to see them play. Why do I say that? Because of the coaches that they picked up, man. I mean, Dan Quinn. Hold up, hold up. Let me break this down to y'all real quick. The head coach, Dan Quinn. Um, Pete, I can't pronounce his name, but the player development coach, Pete. How you pronounce that? I don't know it. I'm not going to try to. I'm a butcher it. Cliff Kingsbury, the offensive coordinator, they got him over there. Andre Coleman, office assistant. Their staff is just crazy. The list goes on and on and on. Another one I wanted to mention on that list was Brian Johnson, an assistant head coach, and he's also the passing game coordinator. Now, to me, a lot of people, you're like a passing game coordinator, right? And all these picks they have, right? They went out, they went ahead and got this offensive line together. Now they got Big Tyler from Wisconsin. Let me just flat out come out and say this because there's no other way for Truck and Chubby to do this. They went out and got a lot of big white boys for the offensive line, which makes me think that the Washington Commanders are super interested in getting Drake May. They are. And the picks that they got, James Pierre, they went and grabbed him from us, the cornerback. I really like him going over there to Washington. We don't pay a lot of players, but he's developed in Pittsburgh. James Pierre, to me, I like the way he balled, but he's going to be in Washington. Michael Dieter, the center, they grabbed him up from Houston. Like I said, they're going after Drake May. They're going to go pick Drake May. Watch the Commanders, all the picks they grabbed. I want to see what they do, and I'm excited to watch the Washington Commanders. I can't even speak on it right now. I'm tongue tied on how it's so because I'm really so excited to watch them, man. I can't even get it out and speak it into words, man. The moves they made, and Dan Quinn. I want to see what he does as a head coach, my guy. I want to see what Dan Quinn does. Now, another team that I'm excited to watch. Another team that I am excited. The Seattle Seahawks. Now, them going to go pick up Sam Howell. And that is going to be interesting to see what goes on with that quarterback room. Seeing how Sam Howell's over there backing up. I think that he's going to go over there and compete for that job. The running backs that they have, Kenneth Walker. I'm a big fan of Kenneth Walker, but now they have a nice 1-2 punch going on over there. And that defense that they shored up, I want to see how that defense performs this year and over there in Seattle. That is just that's my number 2 team over there in the NFC. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles. with all the turmoil that went on over there, and we wasn't sure what went on. They went on that super duper butt losing streak that they went on, and we just said, look, players need to be traded out of Philly. We done gave Philly hell. We done said this about them, that about them. And I want to see if they bounce back and they respond to this adversity, because I'm a huge fan of Jalen Hurts. I've always been. And I want to see how they perform and bounce back from this adversity and see what AJ Brown does. I think he stays there. I really want him to stay there and just work out these things and just show the world that the brotherhood can come together, that they can fix a small problem. Because I just think it's just something stupid and small. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I do want to see what the Eagles do. And I said the Seahawks before them and the Washington Commanders. So there are three teams that I want to excited to watch this year. You can go ahead. I'll pass it off to you, brother.
Yeah, I misspoke. We have Shane Waldron, offensive coordinator for Bears, coming from Seattle. So
Oh,
again, good offense has helped. Obviously what he did with Geno Smith, helping turn DK Metcalf into a very good receiver, run game. So very, like I said, that's going to complement what the Bears are doing. I think it's a good fit. A very, very good fit. So I'm interested to watch them, and I'm also interested to watch the Houston Texans. Right,
mm,
Texans have been a team that has been very intriguing to me since their re-inception into the league. Really love when they had Arian Foster running the ball. Obviously, Andre Johnson,
ooh, those days.
JJ Watt. I mean, they've always had on paper some solid teams,
Yeah.
but it was just like they could never get over the hump. So I'm interested again to see how they do, because they made it to the playoffs with some key pieces missing and a rookie quarterback. So again, they have a OC from that 49ers coaching tree. So we should only expect for them to get we can only expect for them to get
Uh-huh.
better offensively, and we know what DeMeco Ryan is going to do on the defensive side of the ball. So I think the Houston Texans, and they are in a division that
Yeah.
is wide open.
Yeah, it is.
So
And they could just walk away with that division, bro. They really can. They can just walk
yeah,
away with that in the AFC South division.
yeah.
Um, I got a quick question for you. Do you do you think what position helps them right now? What position you think really helps them? Do you think it's receiver, saying that they didn't have that depth, or do you think what do you think a tight end? But then they just could sign a tight end too. You know what I'm saying? So what just what are you thinking there?
Who can help the Texans?
Yeah, yeah, with the Texans. You think they should go receiver?
And if I'm D'Amico Ryan, I'm strengthening the strength. I'm going to get the best available defensive player,
Hmm.
because it's been a discussion going on, but it hasn't fully crossed the finish line yet. But they're trying to start that race. And that race is they're almost trying to get a situation where the wide receiver position, they're trying
Hmm.
to get where it's like the running back position, where it's like we can still get value later in the draft.
Mm,
So if you can get another premium edge, or you can get a premium linebacker or a premium corner,
yeah.
which I would go and do that. I mean, they have a guy. They got Stingley Jr. out there. They got Will Anderson as an edge. So they have a good defense. But I would strengthen the strength personally. This is a lucky for them. This is a very deep wide receiver draft class right here. So they don't
Yeah.
have one in the first round. They could
No.
get a guy, which they don't. I don't. What they don't have a first round pick this year, do they? Because they had two last year.
They late round, right? When we did that, when we did the mock, that was a while ago. We did the mock. I think they got a late round pick. I think so.
Yeah. So a receiver will be there later
Mhm.
in the draft. A
Right.
big body guy, someone that they need. So I would just get best available defensive player, based on where you pick it, and I would do that. And
Anything.
yeah,
Okay.
you
All
can
right.
you can go get a receiver later in the draft, or if you want to make a trade, or someone wants to do something or whatever like that, you can get a receiver. That's not a problem. You can
Yeah.
find them. Um,
Jacksonville.
yeah.
I want to see. That's a dope one. My Cube said he want to see what's up with them Jets, them Jets. That's what he said. He wanted to see what's going on with the Jets. But me, real quick though, I ain't talking about the Jets. I'm talking about the best. Now, I can go with the Steelers and be like F the rest, but y'all already know it is. Y'all put us to the test. Hey, we got bars. Now let me stop, cuz. Let me stop. Now,
Bro,
what?
bro. UConn is beating Illinois 53-23.
Oh my goodness. I took
Bro,
Illinois. I
bro,
took that 8.5 from Illinois, bro.
bro. Connecticut has scored 25 points in the second half. Illinois 0.
Gee. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Man. Dang, man.
You,
I took that 8.5 too, man. They
you,
gave
you
them 8 and a
Purdue
half.
too.
Huh? You said
I
what
said,
now?
I said you taking Purdue to win it all.
Yeah,
UConn.
Purdue. Yeah. I just don't see how you guard Zach Edey, man. I mean, like the dude just
I don't know,
now
bro. You boy,
he's so big. Like you either gotta foul him or you gonna foul him down low. I mean, what are you gonna do? He getting 20 rebounds a game, 20 rebounds. I mean, you can try to double team him, and then when you can't lead them guards open the way that Purdue shoots, you lead them guards open, they gonna be shooting down in the block, going crazy. That's just crazy. Like I don't understand that, but the Jacksonville Jaguars, I want to see what they look like. That's a fact. I like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is okay. I'm gonna talk about my Pittsburgh Steelers tomorrow morning. You know how I give it. I ain't gonna talk about them right now. I'll talk about them tomorrow because they gotta have a whole 15 minutes where I'm just talking about Steelers. So I'm not gonna talk about them, right now because it's just easy. Yeah, feel me? Yeah, feel me? I gotta say something. That's I think I've been normally doing it. I think I've normally been doing like my Steeler little thing on like Sunday mornings. I think so. I'm gonna like keep it that way a little bit, unless we get into a discussion about that. Yeah, man. But there's a lot of teams out there in the NFL that we are excited to see this season, and I think that we are in for a huge NFL wide receiver position draft. It's crazy the number of receivers that's out there and how they come. But we about to jump right up into that. We about to roll right over into the question. What position comes to the NFL best prepared? Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, O line, defensive lineman, defensive end, linebacker, cornerback, safety. Which position comes to the NFL best prepared to you? Now, um, there is really no right or wrong answer with this, was what I found out. There's really no right or wrong answer with this. It's just really what you support, especially from what I went through, the rookie of the years and so forth and so on. Like there's really no right or wrong answer with this. And that's why I like it because there is no right or wrong answer. To me, I would say defense linemen come in the NFL best prepared more than any other position. Why do I say that? And there's no knock on defensive linemen, but it's the dumbest position, the defensive end, I should say. The defensive end. It's the dumbest position. Put your hand in the dirt, rush the quarterback. Get whoever got the ball behind the line. Get whoever got the ball behind the line. And that's just what it is when you play football. Now I know the defensive lineman you can get into the three technique and a lot of guys don't understand it. Their techniques they don't understand where a zero tech how to play the what that is from 0 to 9. They don't understand what that is. Okay, so when you 0 is right in front of the guy. When you right there, smack in front of the center. Okay. Then when you move it into the 1, that is the center's inside. That is the center's outside shoulder. I'm sorry. And then you could say it easily right in between the gap, or you could say in the guard's inside. The 2 would be the guard's inside shoulder. And the 3, they say the 3 is the outside shoulder or within that gap between the guard and the tackle. Now I know what I'm talking about. Don't y'all be out there trying to play me talking about Chubby don't know what he own. Cause Chubby know what he be talking about. The 7 is either right in front of the tight end or not outside. Now there is something what they call a wide 9 technique, and the wide 9 technique is outside of everybody, the furthest man on the offensive line. Say the tight ends on the outside. That's when that defensive end line up outside of him. That is called they either call that the 9, or some people, the correct terminology for that is the wide 9 technique. Okay. Guys don't understand. The problem is with some of the defensive linemen, and why I had to take back the defensive lineman being the dumbest, is because that's actually hard to do when you're in the game, is to find that particular gap that you're supposed to hit, especially when you're doing double stunts and cross and things of that nature. Okay. But the defensive end really doesn't have to worry about that. And the smarter they come, the better they are. That's why players like Aaron Donald, Matt Crosby are so good, because they understand their gap assignment, their techniques, and everything like that. But a lot of guys are coming into the NFL and they don't understand that. They do not understand that this leverage that you have to use to fight, what moves you use. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand. A lot of them guys don't understand that coming to the NFL, but they get on here and say that we don't know what we talk about on a fan's point of view. Well, baby, I just broke down something down to you. You feel me? And so I'm gonna pass it to my co-host, and he'll tell me another position he believes.
Man, this was hard. It really was because, like
Yeah.
I said, made a very compelling case for the defensive line, um, defensive tackle, defensive end. Obviously, the case can be made for linebacker, quarterback, whatever. But I went with tight end.
Oh.
I think with the way that the offenses are being run now, where
Mm-hmm.
you that offense or that package that the Patriots made so popular with Hernandez and Gronk, it's become a premium now for teams to have a non-traditional tight end. Now, if you can still do traditional things, that's great. But if you do non-traditional things, then you got an additional receiver on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go all the way back to a Jimmy Graham if you want to talk modern era. But I went back to 2014, and I'm sure you'll remember some of these names because I'm looking back and I'm saying, okay, I see these names and these guys are still doing it right now.
All right.
Uh, Eric Ebron, drafted by your Steelers initially. Well, no,
Hold
he
up.
drafted Detroit.
Ebron went to the no the Colts. He was with the
No,
Colts, wasn't he?
he
No,
got
or
drafted.
was he? Yeah, he was with the Colts.
He may have went to the Colts, but he got drafted by Detroit.
Yeah,
But
Detroit. Yeah, okay.
I know Eric Ebron because Eric Ebron bent us over quite a few times, right?
Right, right, right,
OJ,
right.
tight end from Alabama. Interesting thing about OJ Howard is like OJ Howard like had to take a back seat
Yeah.
to some dynamic wide receivers at Alabama during his time there. But if OJ Howard was at another institution at the time, OJ Howard probably would have put up stupid numbers, right?
Yeah.
Evan Ingram,
Mm-hmm.
played at Ole Miss, right? Went to the Giants. Very good tight end. David and
Right.
Joe from Miami. Aiden Hurst, Jay Hawkinson, Noah Font, Kyle Pitts, and the newest. And these are just the guys I'm naming that were drafted in the first round, right? These are just first round guys. And then you got the newest kid on the block, Brock Bowers, who can do everything.
Every
And taking away from first round picks, obviously you got Travis Kelsey putting in work.
mm,
Got my man over there with the 49ers. His name escapes me right now, but
Kittle. George Kittle.
George Kittle putting in work. So I mean, like the tight end position is it's to me it may not have impacted the game as much as this new edge guy, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have one if you're serious about doing something deep in the playoffs. You gotta have one of these guys, and I
You
think
do.
he, from the collegiate level, they're doing a fantastic job with getting these tight ends ready to go day one.
Okay. I
So
like
it's
that.
hard between the tight end and receiver, to be honest, it was kind of hard, but I said, you know what, receivers have been doing what they've been doing. You know what I mean? And there've been some bust receivers, but I really can't think of very many
Tight end.
ends that have gone
Mhm.
early and have not been as advertised.
That's right. That's
Like,
right. 'Cause even when you think about where we got Darnell Washington in the draft, from
Jake
Georgia,
Brown, another one.
fire move.
Exactly. So I mean, those are two guys that are on your, that are on your
Mhm.
squad, right? So,
Yeah.
and another